completely change your perspective on loneliness and lead you towards a peaceful and successful life. So please pay close attention to it. Research on loneliness tells us some interesting things. First, feeling lonely isn't just about not having friends. It can actually make you sick. It's been linked to problems like heart disease and feeling sad or anxious. Scientists have even found that being lonely can change how your brain works. They think that feeling lonely might have been a way for our ancestors to stay safe by sticking together. Even though we have smartphones and social media now, more people seem to feel lonely than before. Researchers are trying to figure out why. They are also looking for ways to help, like starting community programs or making apps to connect people. So, loneliness isn't just about feeling sad, it's a big topic with lots of different sides to explore. Man ordinarily lives in loneliness. To avoid loneliness, he creates all kind of relationships like friendship, relationships, organizations, political parties, religions, and whatnot. But the basic thing is that he is very much afraid of being lonely. Loneliness is a black hole, a darkness, a frightening negative state almost like death, as if you are being swallowed by death itself. To avoid it, you ran out and fall into anybody, just to hold someone's hands to feel that you are not lonely. I have seen people that when they are going in night in streets lonely, they start singing songs. Nobody has heard that they are singers, and what suddenly conspires that they become singers, and loudly. They are simply trying to forget that they are lonely. They are trying to drown themselves into their own voice. Nothing hurts more than loneliness. But the trouble is, any relationship that arises out of fear of being lonely is not going to be a blissful experience because the other is also joining you out of fear. You both call it love. You are both deceiving yourself and the other. It is simply fear, and fear can never be the source of love. Only those love who are absolutely fearless. Only those love who are able to be alone joyously, whose need for the other has disappeared, who are sufficient unto themselves. The common psychology of man is of loneliness. He does everything to avoid it, but whatever you do, it is always there, just like your shadow. You may not at it, but you know it's there, and once in a while you cannot resist the temptation either. You will look and you will find it always there. You cannot escape from your shadow. In the same way, you cannot escape from your loneliness. Just by creating friendship, relationship, marriages, organizations, religions, political, social, they give you a little relief, but they don't transform anything. The day you decide that all these efforts are failures, your loneliness remains untouched by all your efforts. That is a great moment of understanding. Then only one thing remains to see whether loneliness is such a thing that you should be afraid of or it is just your nature. Rather than running out and away, you close your eyes and go in, and suddenly the night is over and a new dawn. The loneliness transforms into aloneness. Aloneness is your nature. You are born alone, you will die alone, and you are living alone without understanding it, without being fully aware of it. You misunderstand aloneness as loneliness. It is simply a misunderstanding. You are sufficient unto yourself. The transition period is a little painful and difficult because of your old habits, but it won't be long, and the way you make it short and bearable is to enjoy your aloneness more and more. Make it a point that when you are enjoying your aloneness, don't be miserly. Then sing and dance. Then paint. Do whatsoever you always wanted to do. But we are so much involved in relationships that there was no time left. Be creative, and the more creative, the more rejoicing. The more dancing, the more songful becomes your aloneness. Those periods of sadness, of grumpiness, old habits will start falling like dead leaves falling from the trees. They also clinch for a little while, but they have to fall. Just you have to make your aloneness more and more strong. So you don't have to do with your sadness or your grumpiness or your fear that the old habit may come back again. You have not to think about that all. You have to pour your whole energy into your joy of being alone. You have only a certain amount of energy. Either you can dance or you can be sad. If you dance half heartedly, then you are saving energy for your sadness. That's why I insist. Live every moment totally and so intensely that no energy is left to be invested in sadness, in misery, in anger. Loneliness has a profound impact. It can either awaken you to deeper aspects of your life or potentially lead to destructive consequences. When experienced in moderation, loneliness can promote introspection, self discovery, and personal growth. It can encourage individuals to reflect on their values, goals, and relationships, and self awareness. However, excessive loneliness can have detrimental effects on your mental and physical well being. It may lead to feelings of despair, isolation, and even contribute to mental health disorders like depression and anxiety. Therefore, while loneliness can serve as a catalyst for positive change, it's crucial to address it constructively and seek support when needed to prevent it from becoming overwhelming or harmful. Philosophers have thought deeply about loneliness throughout history, looking at it from different angles. Some, like Jean Paul and Albert Camus, believed that feeling lonely is just a part of being human, as we struggle to find meaning in life. Others, like Thomas Hobbes and Jean-Jacques, talked about how loneliness pushes us to form societies and governments for protection and companionship. Eastern philosophers such as Buddhism teach that loneliness comes from clinging to our sense of self and that finding peace within ourselves and recognizing our connection to everything can help ease that loneliness. Finally, thinkers like Martin Heidegger have looked at loneliness as a personal experience, exploring how it shapes an understanding of the world and ourselves. These philosophical ideas give us different ways to think about loneliness and its role in our lives. Loneliness has a profound impact, can either awaken you to deeper aspects of yourself or potentially lead to destructive consequences. When you are feeling lonely, it's like a sign from your mind and heart that something isn't quite right. It's natural to feel lonely from time to time. It happens to everyone. But how you respond to loneliness makes all the difference. On one hand, loneliness can nudge you to explore deeper parts of yourself. It's like having a quiet moment with your thoughts. You might start asking yourself questions like, what do I really want, or what makes me happy? This introspection can lead to valuable insights and personal growth. You might discover new passions, understanding yourself better, or find strength you don't know you had. However, if loneliness sticks around you for too long or becomes overwhelming, it can start to wear you down. It's like being stuck in a dark tunnel with no way out. You might feel disconnected from others, sad, or even hopeless. This type of loneliness can chip away at your well being, affecting your mental and physical health in negative ways. So, while loneliness can be a powerful force for self discovery, it's important to find a balance. Reach out to your friends or family, pursue hobbies you enjoy, or consider talking to a therapist if loneliness starts to feel too heavy. Remember, it's okay to feel lonely sometimes, but you don't have to face it alone. And at the end, I only want to say that remember, loneliness is a universal feeling. that touches us all at some point, but it's how we respond to it that truly matters. Whether it's a moment for self reflection or a call to reach out for connection, know that you are not alone in navigating this journey. Together, we can find solace, strength, and the courage to embrace the light beyond the shadows of loneliness. Thanks for watching, and if you like the video, give it a like. And remember to take care of yourself.